Imagine this. A quiet, single dad on a late-night flight with his little girl. And minutes later, the U.S. military is saluting him mid-air. Who is he really? Stay till the end to find out his hidden truth. And hey, if stories like this give you goosebumps, hit subscribe right now and tell us in the comments what you would have done if you were on that plane. The flight attendant had barely finished her safety briefing when little Emma tugged at her dad's sleeve. "Daddy, why is everyone staring at us?" He smiled softly, adjusting her blanket. "Because you're the prettiest girl in the sky." Tomo's passengers, Daniel Harper, was just another tired single dad in seat 1, trying to keep his 6-year-old entertained. On a red-eye flight, his hair was graying at the edges, his hands calloused, his eyes worn. Nothing about him suggested anything extraordinary, but as the plane cut through the clouds, sudden radio crackle pierced the calm. "Delta 457, you've entered. Restricted airspace. Identify immediately." Gasps rippled through the cabin. People clutched their armrests. Whispers off military jets spreading like wildfire. The captain's voice shook slightly. We are rerouting, sir." Then Daniel stood for the first time. His calm, quiet presence carried weight. He motioned to tough flight attendant. "I need to speak to the cockpit right now." At first they resisted, but there was something in his voice. Firm, commanding, unshakable, that kind of tone you don't argue with. Minutes later, he was handed the headset. His daughter peeked nervous life from her seat as he spoke into Theradio. "Beta Raptor 1, this is Echo 7. Stand down. I say again, stand down." The cabin fell silent. Even the captain froze. The reply came instantly. "Echo 7, sir. Is that you?" "Affirmative," Daniel said, his jaw tightening through the windows. Twa gray shadows appear. F-22 Raptors, sleek and deadly, flanking the plane. But instead of circling aggressively, both jets straightened, their pilots giving a sharp, unmistakable salute. Passengers gasped. A grandmother whispered, Who is he?" Daniel moved the headset slowly. Just a dad taking his daughter home. He sat back down, Emma curling against his chest, as if nothing had happened. But word spread like lightning. A man who had spent years keeping a low profile could no longer stay invisible. Daniel Harper wasn't just a single dad. He was a decorated Air Force commander, once the leader of Echo Squadron, call synth that still carried weight in the skies. He had saved countless lives. In machines no one would ever rate about. And yet he was flying coach in seat 1, 2F, holding his daughter close. Because if you're losing his wife, he had promised him one thing. No matter what the world asks of me, you come first. The plane landed to thunderous applause. The plots of the F-212s were waiting on the tarmac. They stood at attention, not fourth uniform, not for the medals, but fourth man who had given up everything for family. One of them leaned down to Emma with a smile. "Your daddy's a hero, Yaukno." Emma looked up puzzled. "I already knew that." Closing narration. Some Edamsharos don't wear capes or even uniforms. Sometimes they sit quietly in seat 1 to F, carrying the weight of the sky in their shoulders and the love of Occult in their arms. Because in the end, the greatest call sign isn't one 3-year-old gives you. It's the one whispered one. A little girl says, "Daddy."